Y'all, I am back and I just watched X-Men 2. Y'all probably asking, why didn't you start at X-Men 1? Because I wasn't doing reviews yet. I watched the shit like 3 weeks ago, but I wasn't doing reviews yet. So here I am with X-Men 2. And I got Fantastic Four dropping later and Fantastic Four Silver Surfer. We doing a 3-piece today, baby. But let's talk about X-Men. X-Men 2. It's the deepest X-Men movie to me. I love it. Outside of like Days of Future Past or Logan. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's so good. It holds up. You got the typical cast, but they introduce Nightcrawler. It starts off with Nightcrawler, Kurt Wagner, going in trying to kill the president. They're like, what? Nightcrawler? Why are you trying to kill him? So Jean Grey and Storm go out to go ask that dude, like, hey, bro, why are you trying to kill the president? I don't know what happened. He a Catholic. He in there praising God. He like, I guess he tested me. Turns out this man, William Stryker, the one who turned Wolverine into what he turned him into, done hypnotized this man with some little serum he put on the back of his neck to go kill him. So the president couldn't stop what he was doing because he's trying to start a war against the humans and the mutants. William Stryker out here being a bitch. But anyway, it didn't go down like that, because what ended up happening is he got to Magneto too. And y'all know Magneto and Charles, they like this. They hate each other, but they love each other. Magneto really don't be wanting to hurt Charles, but he did so unintentionally. He gave that man all of the shit to Cerebro. The whole blueprint to Cerebro, because he helped Charles Xavier build Cerebro. He told him everything he needed to know to build his own. If y'all don't know, Cerebro is the thing that Professor X uses to communicate with the entire world, primarily mutants. William Stryker wants to use this. He wants to build his own for the exact opposite. He want to still talk to mutants, but he want to kill the motherfuckers. He want to kill all the mutants. You know Magneto ain't having that shit. And the X-Men gonna do whatever they got to create the peace. But Magneto like, hell, I ain't doing that. But he get his ass with that shit. He put the shit. He got that for Magneto ass too. So he end up taking the serum, making Magneto give him all the information, and he is determined that he has a son named Jason Stryker. Jason Stryker is a lot like Charles Xavier, in which he is telepathic, but instead of like communicating with people with telepathy, he creates illusions in their heads. And with this illusion, he actually killed his mother. He kept making his mother see stuff, and she killed herself. So what ends up happening, why it's like one of the deepest X-Men movies, Jason Stryker, the son, looks like a girl in Charles Xavier's mind. He is creating the illusion to Charles Xavier, making himself look like a girl. Charles Xavier says, William brought his child Jason to me in order to fix him, but I couldn't fix him, not in the way that he wanted. What I think, me personally, is that Jason wanted to be a girl, or maybe he was like homosexual, and this is 2002, 2003, so I could be wrong. That wasn't even a huge thing back then, but you never know. Maybe it was, hey, Bryan Singer, shout out to you. I think that's who directed the movie. Maybe I think he was being proactive with it, me personally. Because why else would he create the illusion? He can create the illusion to look like anybody, but he created it to look like a little girl. Or maybe it was just Charles internalizing Jason's innocence. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, y'all. It's open for interpretation. I choose to see it as he wanted to be a girl, and that's why William sent him to Charles to get Charles to hypnotize him to be like, no, you're a boy. That's what I think. And it makes so much sense, does it not? Y'all probably ain't never thought about that. And if somebody else has thought about that, I'm copyrighting this idea. I thought about it first. But so Jason, puts into his mind, like, to make Charles feel a little more comfortable with doing what he wants him to do. But whole time, William Stryker is giving Jason this information. So you got the real Jason, who is like silenced. His dad did something to him. He got a scar on his head, so he must have went to his mind and altered that shit somehow. And he was basically like, telling him, like, reverse this shit. Like, instead of us having this technology to be able to communicate with the mutants, I want to do, like, I just want to cause a disturbance. And he breaks into the X Mansion and tries to kill the mutants, or like silence the mutants. Wolverine ain't going for that. Colossus shows up, Pyro, Iceman, Rogue, Kitty, before she was Ellen Page, or Elliot Page, excuse me, now. But it was dope, man. That movie's so good. And so what happens is they go to Alkali Lake, where Wolverine was created, where he went through the adamantium. With the adamantium transfer or whatever, he is revealed that X-23, the chick, I can't think of the actress's name, she's beautiful though, it's revealed she also has an adamantium skeleton. He used that shit on her as well, as to be his bodyguard. So he got Nightcrawler under his control at the time, he broke it. Had Magneto at the time, he broke it. Had Cyclops at the time, he broke it. I'm finna get to that. And then of course had who we were just talking about. Who was the last person? Kelly Wu or Kelly Who, something like that. Yeah, her, X-23. So X-23 ends up getting the fighting with Wolverine. Wolverine injects her with the adamantium. He says it's got to be hot. If it cools down in your body, it gets solid. It turns into it, and it's indestructible. Turns her ass to a ton of adamantium. She sinks to the bottom of the little pool thing. It's not really a deep pool, but she falls to the bottom of it dead. Wolverine, man, cold ass kill. She ends up dying. During this time, Cyclops, I think he was going through like some of that little mind control or whatever it was. He tries to attack Jean Grey. When he tries to attack Jean Grey, she deflects it. You know, she ain't going for that. But it causes the dam, like that building that they're in, to basically erupt. William Stryker sees that, so he leaves and he causes that shit to like expedite. He tried to wipe out the X-Men. He tries to get out of there. His Cerebro 2.0 is in there. He leaves Charles and Jason in Cerebro 2.0, which giving Jason the details of how we can kill the mutants. So Charles Xavier is in there. Storm asks Nightcrawler, hey, you got to go in there. Nightcrawler says, hey, I can't. I can only go where I can see. He can't see into that to that room. She's like, hey, I got faith in you. Faith. Because of Jesus. He's a Catholic. He teleports in there. It works. She freezes the whole fucking Cerebro, throws Jason off, and when that happens, his powers, the illusion goes away. They're able to disrupt the killing of the mutants, or the killing of the mutants. But during that time, Magneto alters everything and says, no, we're not killing the mutants. We're going to kill the humans. So luckily, I skipped that part. Luckily, they stopped it. No humans died, no mutants died, besides the humans that Wolverine was fucking up the whole movie, and Pyro had blasted, and none of the mutants died, except, I don't think no mutants died. Well, X-23 died, but she was bad anyway, fuck her. But, yeah, so when the building blows up, the dam is destroyed, and it's about to flood the X-Men. You got, like, all of them, and the only way to get out is Jean Grey, man. Earlier in the movie, she was stopping these missiles from hitting it, and her eyes was turning red. If you're a comic book fan or you just seen the X-Men series, you know what's going on. It's the Phoenix. And she starts to utilize her Phoenix powers, and they like, man, what the fuck? Like, Jean can do this. She goes and she sacrifices herself, man, to save the X-Men. She goes outside. She flips on the switches for the jet to go, for the Quinjet to go. And Scott's trying to get out there. Wolverine tries to go. Nightcrawler tries to go. And they're like, I can't move. Like, she won't let me move. That's how strong she was. And Charles always knew, hey, she's strong as fuck. She one of the strongest among us. And he was right. She ends up sacrificing herself, or does she? And they escape. And they go to the White House. Charles does his thing where he freezes time or whatever, and they go to the White House and give him the, what's actually going on, in order for him not to wage war against the mutants, to try to stop it. And that's where it leaves us off at. But one thing that I did not know that it does at the end, haven't seen this movie in about 10 years, when it shows the lake water where Jean Grey ultimately died, well, she did die technically. Yeah, it was Jean Grey who died. It shows a little phoenix form in the water. I don't know if y'all seen that, but when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, That damn, like they foreshadowed the shit out of it. Me as a kid probably just didn't know. I'm 31 now, so I was like 21 the last time I watched it, but I don't, I ain't watching it to the end like that because I already know what happened. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a good movie, and I leave. But and when I watched it as a kid, I just didn't know what that meant, or I didn't see it, I didn't notice it. But man, let me know what y'all thought about X2, man. Still one of the classics. I'll watch that shit again. I'm gonna watch Fantastic Four 1 and 2 later though. All right, peace.